Welcome back to GrandOldTeam TV. Today, Everton announced the signing of Ashley Williams from Swansea for a fee believed to be £12 million, or at least that's what the BBC are quoting. However, I've seen journalists on Twitter saying that it was more in the region of £9 million, which is strange given that Everton's initial bid, which was knocked back last week, was £10 million. So by that logic, Swansea City have accepted a lesser bid this time for their captain. I'm not so sure what's going on there. Everton haven't actually released a fee there. I think they've said it's undisclosed officially, so we might never know. But if it's the case that Swansea have accepted a lesser bid the second time round, then they could potentially employ the worst negotiators in the history of negotiations, but I don't know. It's all speculation. However, what I do know is that Everton have now got a centre-half that I think the general consensus among Evertonians is a good one. I think that we're pretty happy that we now have a centre-half who I think intimidates strikers a little bit. You know, we've maybe lacked that in the last few seasons, and now we have this guy, and that's great. So, what have other Evertonians been saying on GrandOldTeam.com on the forum over there? Let's find out. Bud McBluesky says this is a proper good signing, a no-nonsense defender who has only missed 48 minutes of game time in 8 seasons for Swansea. What on earth does Ashley Williams have for his breakfast? That is a phenomenal record, and yeah, I mean that says that he's in quite good nick. Cue now his instant injury at Everton, though. That would be just our luck. Kiwi says he's delighted. Think he's a real steal. Neil999 says, so Swansea rejected a £10 million bid and we got him for £9 million this time. Clever stuff. Gerb says, very excited with the signing. Hopefully we won't be leaking in crap goals this season. Machiavelli says, 2 seasons, 3 seasons max, and by that time, hopefully the likes of Galloway, Holgate, Browning and Pennington will be ready to step in. That's a really good point, actually. Everton do have an abundance of talent defensively coming through the ranks, so that's exciting. And I Like Cheese says, Distan signed at 32, and that worked out very well until the 2014 and 2015 season. That's a really good point. If we get half as much out of Ashley Williams as we got out of Distan, then I think that'll be pretty good. Okay, granted, I can already hear the people saying now, what about that time we played Liverpool at Wembley and you know, and the Suarez incident and stuff? Then I know Distan had his faults. I know he made his mistakes, but he was an incredible athlete, and he was fantastic for us, I think, the majority of the time. So if we can replicate that with Ashley Williams, I think we'll have done all right. Heat Miser says, made up with this one of the most handsome players in the Premier League. Yeah, he's quite a dishing fella, isn't he, Ashley Williams? I've seen a few of the female Blues that I follow, pretty chuffed with this signing, so that's good. Saint Domingo says, a very good signing, not just a good player, proven at Premier League level, but also at international level. He's comfortable in a back 2 or a back 3, and he's a leader that we desperately need, and that is completely true. So that's what your fellow Evertonians think. Get over and give your opinion though on the forum. Go over to GrandOldTeam.com and log in there and give your thoughts and opinions. And yeah, Ashley Williams has signed for Everton. Let us know what you think. Remember to like, share and subscribe with this video, and thank you for watching. See you next time.